Okay, St. Mary's in Oskaloosa. This is Tom Leah. So we are back for the weekly video here, and so a couple of things to report. So I just wanted to mention it's kind of a strange story that God must have been listening to Father Troy and I earlier this week. We were just kind of talking about vocations and wondering if there's anyone at the parish, and we were saying like, hey, we should start praying for vocations. Kind of in an effort to, if there are those souls in this parish that the Lord can water those seeds. And we're like, yeah, maybe we could do something during adoration, for these people, or for a greater growth in that area. And like an hour or two later, Father Troy and I both received an email from the diocese saying, hey, we're pushing for vocations. If you guys could like do a holy hour or set something up like in your parish, that would be awesome. So it's just like one of those weird things. Just like, okay, God is hearing us. So what we decided to do is the Knights decided to start saying a rosary at 7 o'clock for vocation. So at 7 or 7:30, I'm going to get a pushback 7:30 because that would be better for me. And then we can, whoever shows up, we can say a rosary, and that will push for vocations for holy priests, for priests who are already ordained, and also our own needs and our own struggles. I mean, we all have struggles and a million things in our hearts. So it's just like a good way to hand that over to God. I don't know if you know. I mean, I don't know if you found this out yet, but we can do very little as human beings. Like most of it's in God's hands, and we just have to ask Him. Like that's all He says, just ask Him. One really cool thing I was reading Saint Don Bosco just a few minutes ago, and he said that if you want to put the fire in somebody else, like the fire of God, then you give them the sacraments. So I was been asking myself this question for a very long time. Like, how is it this like that every day I wake up and I just like have this desire to serve God? Like it's just like there. It's like, Tom, you gotta do it, and like you just gotta live today and be a stinking hero and just like become a saint. Like how is that still there after 10 years? Like you'd think it would fade. And it's because when I receive God every day, that fire of God comes into my soul and burns me. And it's just like this beautiful experience. It just kind of burns you. It just kind of spurs you on. But he was saying that the children in his program, he started a school of 500 orphans. He took care of these kids like his own sons. It was awesome. But he says, I can do nothing for them. I cannot give them I cannot spread the fire to them. I have to put the fire in them. So in order for us to be lit up, in order for us to become saints, in order for us to live in this union with God, we just have to eat them. It's just like awesome. And then that fire drops into our souls, right? And then we can become saints. But otherwise, there's no point in Tom just doing all kinds of crazy stuff, 1,000 classes, youth groups, this thing, ski trips, that thing. There's no point doing all that, unless God is coming into the soul, right? That is the means that He gives us. He gives us this awesome gift of turning Himself into bread and then hopping into our souls. That was God, hopping into our souls. And so that's just like the beauty of the Catholic faith. If you want the fire, go to communion, receive the sacraments. Like first go to confession, purify your soul so that you're in the state of grace, and then go to communion. Like that is just like the way that our souls become on fire. And it's just like super beautiful. In order to kind of grow, as we receive as much as we put ourselves into communion, right? It's just like a marriage or relationship or anything. It's like how much do we put our hearts into it, as much as we're going to receive. So we're in the state of grace, but that's kind of the main thing, and then we can enter into this more profound union. So I encourage that, and I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think that's it. There was one more thing. Oh, Family Faith Formation Day is coming up on Saturday. Feel free to join us if you're not in the Family Faith Formation program. It's just gonna be really hilarious. And so I'll have to wait. I'm not gonna tell you what's gonna happen. You have to come over. So it's right after Mass, 9:15 in the Fellowship Center. So. All right, God bless you. Say a rosary for me, please. Pray for me, please, 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 please. And Father Troy, that'd be super helpful. And Father Troy wanted me to say happy Valentine's Day to everybody, and to have a devotion to the Sacred Heart. All right, God bless you all. Bye bye.